Hello there guys, and welcome back to yet another one of us, the Review Bros. My name is Aaron, and today I am bringing you something completely different in the form of IBUTAMOREN, better known as MK677. Now straight off the bat guys, very important, this is not classified as a SARM. Now we were very interested in the benefits it can bring. It can increase growth hormone, IGF factor 1 and a chemical in the body called ghrelin. Now ghrelin is responsible for your appetite, so an increased appetite to me and Craig was very important, very interesting. And actually when we asked the question to our Instagram followers, do they want to see a review on this, the answer was 100% yes. We also asked people's opinions and their honest experiences with IBUTAMOREN in the past. All were very positive. However, today's review is going to be based purely on mine and Craig's own personal experiences. Now this is obviously still a synthetic chemical guys, so therefore we cannot take any responsibility for anything after this review guys. It's completely on you. Also importantly to mention, this is still an investigatory drug. There is still a lot of studies ongoing on it. It's a relatively new chemical actually. So the reason we've got so excited about it is because it has very limited negatives to it that we've seen so far in these studies. In fact, the only two are the lethargy, so it can cause tiredness. The other one actually was the increased appetite, which is for us a positive. I can understand that for some people that will be a negative. So yeah, bear those two things in mind. Investigatory drug. As it's a chemical in research currently, it's not actually approved by the FDA or any other governing bodies as such for human consumption. So really do bear that in mind. Now, who is this going to be for? It's going to be for someone looking to build muscle, to potentially bulk or cut. Now, what we've been shown in the research is that if you take it in the morning, then it will make you hungry throughout the day. So therefore, that would be a good choice if you're bulking. And on the other side of the coin, if you take it at night, obviously during your sleep you don't get hungry because you're sleeping, therefore you'll have the cutting benefits to it because it raises those growth hormone levels, thus making it easier to burn through fat. So that's a couple of notable mentions right there. If you are prone to diabetes, you have diabetes in your family, then this probably would be something we'd recommend staying away from, only because it has been shown it can mess a little bit with blood sugar levels. And as such, this being a grey area product, we would actually call this a stepping stone into the darker realms of muscle building down the line. This would be sort of the first thing. Obviously, we're going to talk about, so for example, laxogenin is agreed, it's good to go. This would be the next step. Then a SARM would be the next step potentially. Then you'd move into actual growth hormone injections, steroids and the like. So bear in mind guys, this is bridging the gap. So it is completely dependent on how far you're willing to go in your muscle building experience. The other positives to it is it doesn't affect other hormones in the body such as testosterone or cortisol, the stress hormone. So with all that being said guys, I am going to throw in some links down below that give you some direct studies to IBUTAMOREN just for your own personal use guys, just to get a bit more in depth. This is obviously going to be mostly an effects on ourselves video, so it's based on our personal opinions. So if you want the science, links in the description below. Let's get into the main stuff. Stay tuned. Moving us on into the pricing segment, you'll be very right in noticing we missed out the taste segment. Now, very obviously, they come in a very small capsule. Now, those capsules do have a nice soft gelatin outing, so they do slide down the neck very easily. No problems whatsoever getting that down you. Yeah, that's the taste segment. It obviously doesn't taste of anything. So, pricing wise, these guys, KOKA Labz, are very good so far. We've got several of their other products and we've always found them to be good quality, so we do actually recommend these. We've got their Phenibat, we've got their Piracetam, and we've tried their Yhimbine. All have been very good thus far. Now, where do you go to get this? You'll go to crossthelimits.co.uk, and I'm going to throw the link in the description below that takes you straight to this very product. Now, using our discount code, BROS5%, you need to put that percent mark in, it'll knock off 5%, which knocks one of these containers down to £38 exactly. Now, I'd recommend 2 to 3 containers. The reason being is you tend to see results at the end of month 1, going into month 2, and then month 3. And then after that, the studies sort of say you shouldn't be, continuing on past 3 months, really. Now, the other advantage to these ones versus others is they are a nice 30 milligram total. Studies show 20 to 25 milligrams as the general amount, so you're getting above and beyond with these ones. It will cost you £1.26 per day, which is actually respectable compared to other MK677 pills I've seen on the market today. So bear that in mind. Link in the description below. Effects time, the main meat and potatoes of this review, the bit you're really interested in. How did it work? Well, I've just been on the phone to Craig. We've gone through our experiences. We took it exactly the same. We took it post-bed. Last thing with my protein shake at night, and Craig took it with his last meal. So it kind of works in conjunction with your natural growth hormone levels. As such, during your sleep, towards the morning is when they're the highest level. So therefore we thought, well, this is trying to raise those growth hormone levels. Why put it up against the day? Why not take it at night? Therefore it can kind of work in line and in tandem with those elevated growth hormone levels. So that's the reason we took it. And we found that more of the studies leaned towards taking it last thing at night. Now, that is completely up to you guys, because I would actually, in hindsight, like to have seen the benefits of the increased appetite through the day if I was to have taken it first thing in the morning. So, getting into it, night number 1 of taking this is when I first noticed the effects of this, and so did Craig. And that is crazy dreams. Really was very vivid dreams, very realistic, very deep sleep. You're really absolutely out of it, so that's going to help with the recovery side of things. And those crazy dreams lasted for a good 2 weeks. They weren't nightmares or anything bad like that. They were just deep, intense. They felt like they were real. You really felt like you was in deep sleep. When you woke up in the morning, you was like out of it, but then you come around quite quickly. But it's like you've had a very, very deep sleep. These worked better than any sleep aid I've ever had, which is mad. Obviously, I used to take ZMA back in the day. That is what I'd make similar to this to a degree, because ZMA used to give me those crazy dreams, but this was a level above. So very deep sleep. Now that lasted, actually, those deep sleeps did last the whole 2 months. It's just the first 2 weeks was when I noticed it most. I'm guessing that that's as the chemicals start to absorb into the body and start to saturate out. Obviously, the half-life of these things is 6 hours. So that's the 6 hours of sleep that it lasts. And then the effects will sort of be diminished through the day. However, the effects of the IGF-1 have been shown to be elevated for 24 hours after taking one of these. Hence why you take it just the once a day. So what comes next? The increased appetite is something we was really looking for. And myself and Craig, we noticed it, but we didn't notice it to a massive degree. Like, yes, I probably was like 5% or 10% hungry. Honestly, it's very hard to pin down on this. And that might be because we took it last thing at night. So I would, if you are looking to try this and perhaps experiment with it. But honestly, a slight increase in appetite, slight. Which is unfortunate, because it was one of the things I was looking forward to most, is because I'm not that hungry that often, so I wanted to actually, really improve that side of things. It was improved, just not super noticeable. Coming in after that, I would say the recovery was better. Now, what I mean by that is the delayed onset muscle soreness from training. I've kept my training relatively similar for several months now, so it's definitely before the point of starting this. So therefore, I noticed those DOMs were lessened a bit, and I really, really do attribute that to the sleep. I think that those deep sleeps, that real deep sleep helped with the recovery side of things. So I do attribute recovery to this. I really do. I think that was probably actually, behind the sleep itself, the second most noticeable benefit to taking ibutamoren. A third thing is the sense of being full more often. Very, very similar actually to creatine, in that when you take creatine, you'll notice that you retain water, you retain you know, that fluid level, so therefore you feel a bit more pumped more often, and you find it easier to come about pumps in the gym. Now I would say again that that was something I did notice with this. I just felt good on it, I felt healthier on it, I felt fuller on it. I wouldn't say it necessarily helped with weight loss or fat burning, but it is so important to mention that I wasn't aiming for that during this. I can imagine that if I was doing cardio, if I was limiting my food intake, you know, I was dieting down, lowering the calories, then perhaps it really would have shone then. So therefore I didn't notice that side of things, but I wasn't expecting to. So the fullness was a nice little factor. So those are the things we really noticed from this, and a general sense of health and well-being. I just generally felt good on this. It's hard to pinpoint exactly why. It's not like it's got mood elevating properties to it as such. I just felt healthier on it. I felt like my joints were healthier on it. I felt like the muscle pumps came easier. I just felt good on it. I do enjoy taking this product. So it's definitely something I'll consider taking again in the future. And I have no regrets taking it. I had no negatives. I had no side effects. Craig, however, did have a slight side effect from it, but again, it is minimal. And that is that he had slight pins and needles in his hands from time to time, which actually in research has been shown to be a factor that can come about using it. Not too sure as to why. If you know why, then drop it in the comments below. If I look probably a little bit deeper into research, I'll find out. But you know, it was very, very minimal, Craig said. So yeah, they are the honest effects myself and Craig felt from it. So improved sleep, 100%. Improved recovery, yes, definitely. Increased appetite, a little bit maybe. Pumps and general health, well-being, and an overall sense of nice, healthy feelings, yes. Joint health, yes, I do think it helped with that as well. So yeah, 100% I'd recommend using it. You know, for myself anyway, can't recommend it for you guys as it's a grey area, but for myself I'd recommend it again. So bear that in mind, guys. A good product, a solid product, one of my favourite pill-based products that I've ever used. So that says a lot. So just a quick wrap off in this final verdict. Obviously you'll go over to crossthelimits.co.uk to get this. We do have a discount code. All that will be in the description below, along with some proper research, scientific studies into this. I'm going to chuck some links in the description below, just then you can do a little bit more research on it. The product one we have is from KOKA Labs. They are on the Cross the Limits website, this product and several of their others. Now, do I recommend taking this product for myself? Yes, I do recommend it to myself. It was a solid product for all those effects reasons mentioned. Just a general feeling of wellness was probably, you know, one of the best pill products I've used. So another little thing, guys, a lot of people have taken this post-course. Reason being, it's been shown to help retain muscle. Obviously with that elevated growth hormone level, it's just been shown to retain that muscle mass a bit extra. So that's just something else that I've not yet mentioned to this point in the review, but that's something people use it for, like a PCT almost. So yeah, good stuff, guys. Really did enjoy it. Really want to know your thoughts and feelings on it though, if you've used it. Comments below, that will help people out as well, because a lot of people have read the comments after watching this video to decide whether this is going to be right for them or not. So yeah, guys, honestly, appreciate you watching. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Please do give us a thumbs up and let us know if you enjoyed this slightly different style review. And as always, guys, you know the drill. Stay stimmed and pumped and sleep in hardcore.